All right, let's do some polynomials. So poly means many. All right, so but first we will have a monomial that we'll look at. Right. So we have monomial, that means one term. So that would be something like x squared, or terrible too. X squared is an example. Anything that was just one term. So it could be a number like 5, right? Or 3x, but it would just be one. You wouldn't have, like, for example, x squared plus 5 is not a monomial, but a binomial. Binomial means two terms. So that's monomial was just x squared. Binomial, x squared plus 5. Pretty simple, right? Okay. That could be a possible question right there. It won't be the hardest question you see, but it could be a question. Next, we have something called the sum of the coefficients. What in the world is that? Okay, so you just have to know what these words mean. The math isn't actually all that hard. Coefficient. So sum means add, right? So that's an easier one. Sum just means we're adding something up. Coefficients is the number in front of a variable. So sum of the coefficients. So if we have 3x, okay, well, this 3 right here is called a coefficient, right? And so in this case, if they said, what's the sum of the coefficients, and they just gave you 3x, well, that would be 3, right? There's nothing else to add, right? But that's what it would be. Okay. Sometimes, though, they'll give you something a little trickier. All right, so let's look at this one. What if we have u plus, what are we looking at here? U plus 3x plus 8y plus 4z. And they say, what are the sum of the coefficients? Okay, u plus 3x plus 8y plus 4z. And so what they're really saying is, so if you just see a variable, like here you have u, just try to remember that really there's a 1 in front of it. So like 1u and u are exactly the same thing. Okay, so I'm taking this 1, and I'll take this 3, and I'll take this 8, and now I'll this 4, and I'm just going to add these together, right? So 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 8 is 12, 12 plus 4 is 16. Sum of these coefficients is 16. That's all there is to it as far as the sum of the coefficients, right? It can sound complicated, and we look at it, we don't know what sum of coefficients means, and we're like, I hate math, all that stuff. Yeah, let's get rid of sum of coefficients too, right? But really, it's pretty simple, right? Okay. And then there will also be times where they'll ask you to simplify something. So when it's simplify, what they're asking you to do is to combine like terms. Okay. And so again, what does combine like terms mean? We get this little expression out. So we have 6x to the third plus x squared minus 5 plus 2x squared plus 7. Okay, and so when I'm trying to combine like terms, what that means is I'm going to try to combine like these x squareds, right? So you see there's an x squared here, and there's an x squared there, right? 2x squared and x squared. So I can combine those terms because I can add them together, right, to make this a little bit more concise and easy to look at. Okay, so we start off with 6x to the third. So I don't see anything else in here that has an x to the third, so I'm just going to take this guy down here by itself. And after I do that, I'd like to just cross this out. This is a reminder that I don't accidentally count something twice or something. Okay, so we have x squared and 2x squared, as we were saying. That gets us to 3x squared. Just added the 1 and the 2. Again, this 1x squared and x squared are really the same thing. Okay, so bye-bye, bye-bye. And now we just have negative 5 plus 7, which is 2. Okay, so we have 6x to the third plus 3x squared, cross these guys out of here, plus 2. And that's all we have to do, right? So there we've simplified the expression as much as we possibly can, and we're done. Not with the whole video, don't leave yet, but we're done with that one, okay? And so how about one that's even a little bit trickier? Okay, so what if, we'll look at this one. 4, let's see what we got here, 4x squared y. Okay, so already it's more complicated, right? Because we got two variables in one, and one term there. One monomial, as we just learned, plus 6 x squared y plus 2x squared. And hopefully you can see that that 4x squared y and the 6x squared y can be combined because they both have that x squared y, and we're just going to be able to combine it in a minute. Plus 2y squared minus 10 plus x squared. All right. Oh my goodness. So what are we going to do with all of this stuff? Okay, so as I was saying, at first we know we can combine those two, the 4x squared y and that 6x squared y. Okay, and then as we go down the list, do we see anything else that has x squared y? Right, none of these do, right? So 4 plus 6 is 10. So we got 10 x squared y. Okay, 10x squared y, and cross these guys out. Okay, and then as we're going down the list, the next one is 2x squared. Now, is there anything else with an x squared in it? So we got 2y squared, so that's a no. We got minus 10, that's a no, but we got this x squared here, right? So 2x squared plus x squared, 3x squared. Okay, cross these guys out. All right, we've already gotten rid of most of them. And then we're just left with this 2y squared minus 10, right? You can't combine those, but we can go plus 2y squared minus 10. Okay, and then we've simplified it as much as we possibly can, right? And so cross these out, make sure didn't leave anything else that I needed to do. Looks simplified, we're good, and we just got one more problem, and then we're out of here. Okay, like a lot of math, big key, just taking your time with it, right? If you look at it, it looks overwhelming, don't worry about it. Just take your time, try to remember, take your time one step at a time, and before you know it, you're going to be getting good at all this kind of stuff. Probably already are. 4ab times 2a squared b squared. Okay. Last one. So on this one we have to multiply. Okay, so the only thing we need to know here is that really 4ab is really the same as 4a to the first b to the first, right? And when we're multiplying exponents, we add them, right? So 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, then we're going to have an a, right, to the 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. A to the third. B to the 1 plus 2, exactly the same. B to the third. Wasn't that fun? That's all you got to do. 8, A to the third, B to the third is our final answer. And so this has been a good review on polynomials, including trying to remember monomial means one term, like x or x squared. Binomial means two terms, such as like x squared plus 5. And polynomials is going to be, more than 2. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully it helped you out and made this seem a little bit easier.